Hey guys, it's Caden. Welcome to another episode of Get Prepped Podcast, where we talk to voice actors, nonprofit leaders, and business owners about a gonna be new game, Get Prepped. The holiday season is just around the corner and is in full swing, so I figured it was only right for our next guest to be our resident Santa Claus, Mr. Robb Smith. Thanks for coming on, Rob.
Hey, Caden, thank you for having me. This is awesome.
It definitely is. My first question for you is, how did you get involved in voice acting?
I actually got started in voice acting working in radio. I was in radio for 30 years before I went to full time into voice acting. So I'm used to talking to folks on the air, intro and songs and things like that. And then, of course, doing the commercial production work that comes along with working in radio. So that's how I got started in it.
That's a great way to get started in it. A lot of the voice actors I talked to on here got their start in radio, so it's definitely a wide field.
Yeah.
My next question for you is, and I think I already know the answer to it, what was your favorite role to take on in your career?
I mean, playing the voice of Santa. I mean, seriously, it's such a great positive force. It's something that stirs up such great fond memories for kids and adults alike. Everybody has a Santa memory, and so being able to be the voice of Santa is just it's something very special and something I love doing every holiday season.
I absolutely agree. It doesn't get better than had and making an impact on people's childhoods. Because you're right, who doesn't have a Santa Claus memory?
Yeah.
And my next question for you is, what's a funny or challenging in the booth moment that you want to talk about?
Ooh, one of the things just about being in the booth itself is, we talk about it all the time, talking to ourselves in these tiny padded rooms. You have a lot of conversations with yourself. And sometimes you end up answering yourself and everybody's like, well, that's a little crazy. It's like, but the thing is you have to talk out these scripts. And when you're embodying these characters, whether it be Santa or some, just average Joe that's trying to sell you dog food or whatever, you've got to embody those characters. It is acting. So being able to get in that mindset and to have those conversations with yourself to like, hey, would you really say that to your best friend if you were talking to them about dog food or whatever, or is that how you would talk to a child when they're asking Santa, you know which is their favorite reindeer or something like that. So that's probably one of the biggest challenges being in the booth, and then just trying to fit in more copy than the time allots. There are a lot of people that write copy for commercials that write 45 seconds worth of words and try and squeeze it into 30 seconds worth of time. And sometimes it's hard to actually get that performance out and try and squeeze in all that. And a lot of times you just have to ask them like, hey, can you trim a few words off of this so we can make it in time?
I definitely feel that. I really loved how you brought up accommodating the role to the particular person. And because I absolutely agree, in today's society, it's hard to know what exactly is appropriate for a younger audience or an audience who, say, wants to be sold dog food or laundry detergent or something like that. So
Exactly.
it's all about adjusting to your audience. My next question for you is, what's a lesson you've learned throughout the course of your voice acting career that you wish you knew when you first started?
One of the things I wish I knew when I first started was that it is not a solo effort. I think when you hear about actors and entertainment, everybody thinks it's such a cutthroat industry. And yes, there are people that do not want to help you because they think that you're taking a role away from them. But I've found in the voiceover community, and it really is that it is a community. There's so many people that want to help lift you up and want you to not feel alone in the booth and want you to know that, they are cheering from you from afar, from the other side of the world, the other side of the country. They are hoping that you get, if they don't get booked on that gig, they are hoping that you get booked on that gig. And I wish I'd learned that sooner because there were a lot of days that took me into some dark places mentally because I felt so alone and I felt like I was just, climbing up the hill. It was just, a Sisyphean effort that just was not getting anywhere. And to realize, though, that there's people out there that are helping me push that boulder up the hill really helped my mental state and helped me to expand and to grow further in my career.
I definitely agree, not just with voiceover specifically, but with any field. It's extremely competitive, so having those connections can definitely make a difference. My
Absolutely.
last question for you is, if you could take on the role of any character, past or present, who would it be and why?
Oh, a role of any character, past or present. I think to the, the cartoons and the animations and the things like that that I saw growing up. And one of my biggest influences in just in life and in my acting career is Robin Williams. So if I had the chance to do Genie in Aladdin, I think that would be amazing. But he was so perfect in that role. It's hard to say that I would rather do it instead of him. But to be able to honor Robin Williams in a way and to lend my voice to Genie, I think that would just be amazing.
It's definitely a great choice. I grew up on the Aladdin movie, specifically the 1995 one with Robin, so I
Yeah,
definitely agree that's a great role.
yeah.
Anyways, that's going to do it for this interview, guys. Thanks so much to Rob for coming on and sharing his story. If you guys want to see more amazing interviews with those involved in Get Prepped, like, comment, and subscribe to the Get Prepped channel. And to learn more about the game, scan the QR code here. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.